Hello there and welcome to UBC Lunchtime News Bulletin. My name is Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. Now, government through the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development is in advanced discussions to ensure that housing cooperatives are revived to give members an opportunity to access loans and be able to buy housing units. While handing over 90 housing units to clients of BuildNet, a real estate company at Nigeria, the Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Judith Nabakoba, said Uganda still has a big housing shortage, yet a large number of Ugandans are also yearning for affordable housing. Nabakoba also said Ministry of Lands is working with private companies in real estate to develop regulations that will help improve the real estate sector. The director, BuildNet, the company that constructed Nigeria Heights apartments, Dr. Ibrahim Semaganda, said this project has 3 housing blocks and has provided their clients with all documents of ownership, especially the condominium titles. However, a real estate sector continues to face challenges of high taxes of building materials, which also makes them hike the cost of the housing units.
With such housing. Condominium Act, meaning that each of the customers is going to have their title for their apartment. Then we also have the Physical Planning Act, which guides the entire planning of an area. My prayer is that private sector players and members of the public can interest themselves in the provisions to ensure that they utilize them properly. I also call upon all local governments, council members, please educate yourselves about the provisions so that you can also monitor these projects as they are taking off in your respective areas.
Any provisions that can reduce the cost of construction, that would be reducing the cost of construction materials, which could in turn necessitate reduction or giving some tax reduction on some of the construction materials and steel bars and those ones which are imported. The importation tax and others, if those could be reduced on those materials, then it would help a lot in reducing the cost of construction and therefore reducing the price of the apartments. A bit, as you know, it is a bit relative. It depends on the location. We have had apartments as low as 65 million, of course not in this area, in those areas of Chitukutwe. But in this particular area, by the time we launched this project, we were selling our 1-bedroom apartment at 115 million. But of course, as the construction cost went up, we had to go a little bit high. So that is the idea I can give you about affordability.
We have a pair of scissors.
Now, the Ministry of Housing is planning to, in conjunction with Habitat for Humanity, is set to hold the 2nd Annual National Housing Symposium here in the country. The meeting, to be held on the 5th of October alongside the World Habitat Day, seeks to provide stakeholders in the housing sector with the opportunity to reflect on the state of housing in the country. Take a watch.
The increasing population and shortage of affordable housing in Uganda are some of the factors pushing thousands of urban residents into informal settlements. This has gradually not only affected the government's planning policy, but also strategic land use.
As the population grows, definitely there is struggle for space for the additional population. If you recall, at independence we were 6 million. As we speak now, we are almost hitting 45. And remember, they are saying 2050, we shall be about 70 million people. And we are in the same land space, meaning that we need to look at our land use database. And also, how do we cater for the population? And by doing that, we are emphasizing on zoning of our areas to make sure that land can be earmarked for residential, for agriculture, but also for commercial.
The symposium therefore provides an opportunity to stakeholders in the housing sector to find solutions to affordable housing in order to reduce on the increasing number of informal settlements across the country.
67% of the population is actually living in informal settlements. This is why we are dedicating this year's National Annual Housing Symposium to affordable housing in urban informal settlements as a driver for economic growth.
The day provides countries, communities, and all stakeholders in the housing sector an opportunity to reflect on the state of human settlements and the basic human right to adequate shelter. It's also a reminder to the world of its collective responsibility to the future of human habitat.
While the shortage of affordable housing remains a pressing issue, experts are hopeful that concerted efforts by government and the private sector investments are key in reversing this trend. Charlotte Amuge and Juma Samba for UBC News.
To Fort Portal now, where Kabarole District Chairperson Richard Rwabhinga has urged students to embrace togetherness characterized by self-love and the country in general and desist from sectarian tendencies. Now, this was at an event where Uganda Technical College, Kichwamba, passed out over 500 patriots who completed a 5-day training at the college. The youth were trained in patriotism values, leadership, commanding parades, teamwork, marching, and gun handling.
By the framework, the legal framework, our Constitution 1995 as amended. But also, we want to thank you because they went through the duties of a citizen. And by definition, the first duty of a citizen is to be loyal, to be patriotic and loyal to Uganda, and to promote its well-being.
The chairperson, Kabarole District Richard Rwabhinga, who witnessed the event, encouraged the students to foster unity, self-love, and a strong sense of national pride, while discouraging any divisive tendencies.
One of the key outcomes of this course is that from today forward, we are going to move on respecting diversity. Look at one as a Ugandan, not according to the tribe he or she belongs to. Look at one as an African, not according to the tribes they belong to or the countries where they come from. What brings together is that moral fabric that we are Ugandans, that we are Africans, that we share a lot in common.
The students urged the coordinators to extend the training duration to allow them grasp more knowledge and valuable skills.
The patriotism program was beneficial to us, and we say, Asante Sana!
The principal of Kichwamba Technical College, Mumbugwe Milton, commended the president for offering exceptional patriotism training opportunities to students. He emphasized that these programs are instrumental in shaping young individuals into responsive and patriotic citizens of Uganda.
General Yoweri Museveni, and also the party that is ruling us, the NRM, for really encouraging and organizing such functions where we achieve, I know what these patriots have achieved by the end of this training.
The patriotism training is a standard practice for all technical colleges across Uganda. These programs aim at equipping students with the leadership skills that enable them to protect and serve their country with unwavering integrity.
3 men, 2 men, 1 man has to love, 1 man has to love Uganda.
Now, news just in. Forum for Democratic Change, FDC party, Katonga faction, has issued a roadmap for party structures elections. Now, the activities that will start on the 4th of October 2023 are expected to go on for 6 months.
You've heard loud and clear. That is the roadmap we endorsed as the National Executive Committee. There is no any other roadmap. This is a notice to all and sundry, but more specifically, the bona fide members of the FDC. There is no delegates conference on 6th of October. It's not there. The only delegates conference that is sanctioned by NEC, which is the governing body of the FDC, is the one we have announced today, of 15th March. Mark the calendar, mark the date. 15th March is the day we are going to have the National Delegates Conference in accordance with Article 23 of the Party Constitution to conduct elections of the National Executive members. The law is very clear. This Party Constitution is very, very clear. Article 23 provides that all members of the National Executive Committee shall be elected at a National Delegates Conference. That is Article 23, Clause 3. And in Article 28, the mandate to convene that Delegates Conference is vested in the office of the National Chairperson. So you wait for the notice that will be issued by the Ambassador Birigwa as the National Chairperson for the Delegates Conference to be convened on 15th of March. That should be very, very clear, should be made very, very clear to members of the party. So whoever attempts to or purports to convene another delegates conference outside that framework, they are on a frolic of their own. So don't waste your time to go to any meeting purported to be the delegates conference on 6th. That is number one.
The happenings in FDC party, but that is the Katonga faction. Meanwhile, the Deputy Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Michael Atingi, has appealed to international investors to come and invest in Uganda's oil and gas industry. He made the request during an inspection of the ongoing oil activities in Hoima and Kikube district. According to the governor, Uganda has a good microeconomic stability and security, hence making it the best investment destination. Dr. Atingi hopes that the construction of the oil refinery at Kabalega Industrial Park in Hoima will help increase the country's foreign exchange earnings, and these associated petrochemicals are going to add a lot of value into the economy.
The balance of payments, as far as we're concerned, is to conserve a reasonable amount of forex, and it should go a long way in helping us to stabilize our exchange rates. But most importantly, it is the value addition that is going to be created by these activities. For example, once the refinery is up and running, the associated petrochemical industry that are going to result are going to add a lot of value into this economy.
Well, the work in Kingfisher is going on. As you know, the companies took a final investment decision at the beginning of last year. Sino, who is operating Kingfisher, commenced production drilling at the beginning of 2023. They have drilled 3 wells on 1 pad. When we visited this morning, they are in the process of moving the drilling rig to pad 3 to drill another 4 wells there. The wells they have drilled have encountered the oil in the ground as expected, so that's a big achievement, because when you're drilling those wells, you have a chance of finding the oil you expect, but there's also a possibility that you might find less. The wells that have been drilled so far have actually encountered the oil that was as expected, and so the volumes that are expected to be produced are actually on track.
As we have been explaining to them about the progress of the projects, you saw that most of the projects are in advanced stages. The different project components have substantially progressed. The well pads 1, 2, and 3 are 100% complete. As you are aware, well part 2 is the one that received the rig where we had this disbanding on the 24th of January that was presided over by His Excellency the President of Uganda. Now the rig is being demobilized to well part 3, and then thereafter it will be demobilized to well part 1. So the drilling campaign to prepare for production is going on. That's what currently is taking place. The current drilling is to prepare for production. So the wells that are drilled, once they get to the reservoirs, then they are plugged until we drill sufficient wells that will enable the production.
16 minutes after 1 in the studios of UBC TV. We'll now take a short break and return with the latest in business.
Sent to transport to the wrong person. Here's how to reverse it with MTN mobile money. Dial *165#. Select My Account. Select Initiate Reversal. You will see your last 3 transactions. Select the transaction you want to reverse. Enter your mobile money PIN and you'll get an SMS confirmation that the transaction has been blocked from being withdrawn. And that's it. Please note, only transactions that haven't been withdrawn can be reversed.
Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Uganda, haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, it is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
So, you are ready to invest in Airtel's initial public offering? Good choice. I'm going to show you how to do it straight from your phone. First, you're going to want to make sure you have a Securities Central Depository SCD account. Dial *185*85# from your Airtel number. Choose Airtel IPO purchase from the available options. Enter your valid national identification number when prompted. Before you purchase, there are a few things you need to know. The minimum purchase is 2,500 shares. The share price is 100 Uganda shillings. Select the number of shares you wish to purchase. Choose your relevant broker for the purchase. Enter your Airtel Money PIN to confirm the transaction. Congratulations! You receive a confirmation message of your successful purchase.
The Women Trade Fair for this year brings you the Black Friday earlier than ever before. Get ready to buy what you need at a 50% discount. Home appliances like fridges, cookers, TVs and so much more. Boda bodas, tukutukus, soap, detergent, cooking oil, sugar, rice and so much more. Don't miss to get what you've been longing for at a discounted price of up to 50% at the Women Trade Fair Black Friday from 3rd to 10th October. Proudly sponsored by Total Energies, Science, Technology and Innovation Secretariat, Stanbic Bank, Uganda Breweries Limited, Tembo Seals, Uganda Bati, Simba Automotives, and Node Group.
Hello, Mom. How did you sleep? How is Salongo? Oh, Mommy, how is Grandma? And Simba, the dog, yeah, the funny one.
Call Bona on any network in Uganda with Airtel Bona Voice Bundles. Dial *100*1#. Select Call Bona to choose bundles from as low as 1,000 shillings from daily, weekly, monthly, or bundles that don't expire. Call Bona on any network in Uganda with Airtel. A reason to imagine.
The National Planning Authority, in partnership with GIZ and the United Nations Population Fund, is scheduled to host a public forum and launch of the policy paper on Youth Neither in Employment nor Education or Training. The public forum will take place during the 13th National Development Policy Forum on Tuesday, the 3rd of October 2023 at Kampala Serena Hotel, Victoria Hall from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. The public forum will be officiated by the Right Honourable Robina Nabanja, Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda. The forum will air live on NPA's YouTube, Zoom and social media platforms. This message is brought to you by the National Planning Authority with support from the Germany government through GIZ.
The 9th of October is a special day in Uganda. We remember our past, celebrate our present, and dream of a brighter future. It is a day to celebrate independence with pride and confidence. The 61st Independence Day celebrations under the theme Sustaining a United and Progressive Nation, Taking Charge of Our Future as a Nation, will take place in Kitgum District on Monday, 9th October 2023.
Welcome back from that break, and this is lunchtime news here on UBC TV. My name is Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. Let's talk some business. Opportunity Bank International has undertaken a financial literacy and business development training to promote financial inclusion and drive economic growth for SACCO leaders in the country. Now, the programs that target all parish development model SACCO leaders in the parish in the 5 districts of Kampala has come ahead of Kampala PDM Week, during which groups will be receiving money.
An official from Opportunity Bank, Samuel Kisitu, has commended Kampala leaders for embracing training on SACCO matters. This was during a sensitization meeting of SACCO leaders, parish chiefs and change agents in Kampala.
We are giving them information about proper business management. How do you effectively manage your business? How do you monitor the performance of your business? Why do you save? Why should I save? What's the importance of saving? How much should I put in my business at a certain point? Which businesses to invest in?
The BDM coordinator Kampala Kinabi Asia Nabisere, however, says the disbursement is overdue, a delay caused by lack of proper data and statistics.
Kampala is mainly structured in a slum way. So each and every household is next to the other, and the number of members in a household are many. So in the process of capturing data, it takes a lot of time. You may find one household has about 16 or 17 people. All those have to be captured, whether they are beneficiaries or not. So we have spent so much time in data collection, and of course we have had challenges with tools and gadgets.
However, several vendors, especially those operating the central business areas of the city, expressed fears of disruption by KCCA law enforcement team, but the BDM coordinator dispelled their worries.
Most of the people under the PDM or the beneficiaries work within the parishes, so it is not that they're on the roads or they are vending or anything else. So this has helped us a lot, and of course with now the PDMs, we know who is where and what he's engaged in. So this is going to inform KCCA further, especially where they have started looking for common spaces where people can operate from.
PDM is a government initiative aimed at deepening the decentralization process, improve household incomes, enable inclusive, sustainable, balanced and equitable socio-economic transformation, and increase accountability at local levels. Edunia Chwara for UBC News.
The
Tales of Kasozi, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission.
Hello? Hello? This is Kasozi. How can I help you?
Hey, Kasozi, my brother. Long time. We last met when we were at campus. It's been a while, but you are the person I'm looking for.
Campus? Really?
Hey, you don't remember me?
Okay, so how can I help you?
I'm stuck in Gulu making millions, and I need to urgently send money to my sick mother. But I can't find any mobile money agent near me. I've sent the money to your phone, as you can see the message. It might take a few minutes to come through, but I urgently need you to send the money to my mother. Let me send you her number, and you send it to her chap.
My friend, I'm afraid your mom is going to die.
What?
Because I don't know you, I never went to campus, and I'm also in Gulu. So can we meet at CPS? We talk about it.
Stay tuned for what Kasozi does next.
Tofera, refrain from unnecessary engagement with strangers over the phone. This message is powered by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Juko.
Yo.
What you go? Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Uganda, haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Welcome back. Let's have a look at what's happening elsewhere in the world, and we go to Mexico, where it's rather sad news from there, where several have died and others are still missing under debris after a church roof collapsed in Mexico. Rescue workers used thermal imaging cameras to ensure no one remained under the rubble. It is not yet clear what may have caused the collapse, but the mayor of Ciudad Madero said it was probably due to structural failure. Angel Vargas, the priest who was celebrating the baptism when the collapse occurred, said that a day of celebration had turned into a tragedy. According to Red Cross officials, the roof came down on pews in the church, allowing the possibility that anyone trapped there could survive in air pockets. And that's all we had time for. Thank you so much for having kept us company. My name is Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma, wishing you a blessed afternoon.
Maze okuwaayo okumbaga yange nemu
ntewera ndi kulinda ondagirire momope
migasta ndala mukaga 5 star 3 ash yes
maze bambuziza enter merchant code